Good morning.
It is.
My question has more to do with some of the things I've heard on your tapes relative to purpose and being. I find it difficult to accept that we have no purpose here other than just feeling good or being happy.
Well, when you are reaching for the feeling of joy, then you allow that which you are as source to expand into the new experience. So expansion is inevitable, and certainly it must be part of the purpose. Moving forward, having the exhilaration of the new experiences. We just don't like to get off on the track that things are broken and need to be fixed, because there is a human deduction that says because things will get better, then they must be broken now. And that's not true. Things are glorious now and expanding into more. Someone said to us, I worry about the idea of you encouraging our selfishness, even though we know that we are all only able to see through the perspective of self, and our guidance system can only tell us what self is doing vibrationally, so it has to be that way. But they will say, I worry that in our selfish orientation, that we might be greedily trying to satisfy ourselves too much through our own joy. And they will say things like, I subscribe to a philosophy that is trying to teach me to pare down my desire, to not be so worldly in nature. And we say, and what do they say will be the reason for doing that? And they say, well, they tell me that I will feel better and that I will be more fulfilled. And we say, they are just trying to guide you toward your alignment with that which is you, which is joy. So there might be better words to say it, but we cannot stop expressing that you are joy, looking for a way to express. And so it's not just that your purpose is joy, it is that you are joy. You are love and joy and freedom and clarity expressing. Look at the newborn energy, frolicking and eager. That's who you are, you see. And so if you're always reaching for alignment with that, then you're always on your path. And your path will take you into all kinds of places. We will not deny that you will not discover miracles and that you will not create benefits and that you will not be involved in creation and that you will not uplift humanity. We would not say that you will not find satisfaction in so many things that you create. And we would not say that your creator is not pleased by your creation. But we can't get away from the acknowledgement that you are pure positive energy that translates into the human emotion of joy.
You've answered my questions.
We are pleased.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello. I believe that my set point is frustration and non-clarity, and it has to do with personal inner relationships, mate. I'm actually feeling half of the time that I would like to draw in or bring into my life or allow in a life mate. And then I'm also feeling, maybe not. Maybe it would not suit my lifestyle. And I'm a dichotomy because I'm wanting to...
Well, you're not so different than almost everyone else. You want to co-create, you just don't want bondage. You want the exhilaration that another perspective added to yours can give. You want the feeling of momentum, of financial freedom and energy flowing that two minds coming together can give. You just don't want that compromising, suffocating, giving up on what you want feeling to happen.
Correct. And there are times when I'm really wanting just to have a nice dinner or a conversation that will maybe go somewhere else or maybe not. And there are and I directly sabotage that.
Well, let us just ask you a very telling question here.
Yes.
Does it feel better to you to say, I would like a temporary experience of dinner and conversation, or I want a permanent relationship for the rest of my life? Which statement feels better to you?
Feels better?
Yes.
Dinner.
Then let's talk about dinner. Because what you're saying is, I have this memory of every bad thing that ever happened in every relationship. And now I think I'm going to make that a permanent state of being for myself. And we think your warning bells are going off all over the place.
Yes.
Not because relationships aren't good, and not because you can't find a lovely one, but because the way you feel about relationships right now needs to be cleaned up before you start walking toward one.
Yes.
So when you say, well, maybe I'll just dabble in relationships, it feels better than when you say, I think I'll just try to jump right in the middle of a relationship.
Yes.
So now let's just talk about relationships in general. How do you feel about relationships? Relationships that you see, relationships that your friends have with their partners. Just ramble and let us see if we can determine how you feel about relationships. In other words, is the word relationship synonymous with cancer? Or is it synonymous with adventure?
Some of the relationships that I I admire because of the longevity and the loyalty and the acceptance.
Oh yeah, hanging in there in that misery is really worth touting.
It is for some people that have been married for 56 years and feel like they are part of one another, soul to soul.
What we're playing with you is,
Yes.
you have an issue with permanency because
yeah.
you see it as bondage, and yet you went right there and used it as sort of in other words.
Exactly.
So talk about those people that have been together a really long time, and just answer from the only vantage point that ever makes any difference or any sense, from your vantage point of joy. Do you see relationships as a catalyst to joy in general?
No.
So when you think about relationships, which words feel closer? Adventure or bondage?
An adventure and bondage. No, I feel both of them. I have joy when I'm...
All right, so let's keep going. Adventure or compromise?
Compromise.
So a relationship does feel like having to give up some things that I want. In other words, that's the way most people feel about relationships.
Yes.
Now, as you've been listening to us here today,
Yes.
we want to say to you that we don't believe that you have to give up anything in any relationship, but you have to know that you don't. In other words, you have to know that you have a point of attraction that the universe is delivering to you before you're comfortable being with someone else. In other words, you could be with someone who is very controlling in nature, and if you know that they have no control in your experience whatsoever because they can't control the way you feel, and the way you feel equals your point of attraction, then you could sort of joyously, almost kiddingly, enjoy their antics as they attempt to seem like they're in control of your experience, because you know full well that they are not, you see.
Right.
Your feeling of freedom is an inside job. It really doesn't have to do with anybody else.
Right.
So many people have a relationship early on where there are aspects of it that they don't like. In fact, often in early relationships, there's more about it that you don't like than that you did like on an ongoing basis. You have those moments of ecstasy or those moments of clarity, but usually in those early relationships, there's a lot of stuff that feels uncomfortable. And then you keep practicing that vibration until you attract another one that's like it, and another one that's like it, and another one that's like it. And then pretty soon you reach this place where you say, no more relationships for me. But then that feels uncomfortable, because what you're doing then is depriving yourself of the opportunity of the expansion that only creativity with another brings you. And so it sounds sometimes like you can't win, but the reality of it is that you can always win. But the way you feel in a relationship is not nearly so much to do with the person that you bring to you as it is about the way you feel before you bring the person to you. And we think the reason that you're feeling some hesitancy to get started on your long life relationship is because you can feel that your vibration is in the place that it's going to bring to you something that you're really not going to want to keep in your experience for all of your life, maybe even not for the afternoon. As you talk about relationships so far, you make it sound and feel like it's just going to be hard work.
Yes.
We want your path to relationship to be a really fun path, and it can start right now. So, you think your set point is frustration. We think your set point is disbelief. Mm-hmm. We think that your set point is, I don't believe I can find the relationship that I think I want.
Correct.
So, start rambling there and see if you can find relief from that thought.
I am uncomfortable putting myself out there occasionally because I don't want to. I don't want to go through that again sometimes. And I'm not up for, like you said, sometimes the emotional beginning of a relationship is negative, and I don't want to go through that. Maybe.
All right, now, remember, we're not talking about the relationship itself. We're just trying to find words that feel better about relationship. We're just trying to find happy feelings as we talk about relationships. Oh. So now just try to reach for something that feels a little lighter. Fortunately, I don't have to pick my life partner today. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of fun getting to sift through them. And I like the idea of not taking any of it too seriously. And I like how the universe is bringing back to me a reflection of how I feel. So what they would bring today, I wouldn't want to keep. Mm-hmm. But I'm shifting the way I feel, and by tomorrow I could be in a place where what the universe brings could be pretty good. And of course, I always have the choice of whether I stay or whether I don't. And so it's going to be sort of fun to look. And there is no harm in looking. There is no harm in tasting. I don't have to bring everyone home and keep them forever. And it can be kind of fun, and I would like to get a keener sense of how I'm doing and how I'm feeling, and I like seeing that reflected back in others. And the more beautiful they begin looking to me, then that means the better that I'm feeling about me. Mm-hmm. And I like the idea of sort of loosening up here, and I'm really getting so that I like myself when I'm by myself. In fact, I've gotten to the point that I'm not unhappy with who I am, and it seems a little odd that my unhappiness is more amplified when I try to see myself through the eyes of the way I think others are seeing. And so I think I'm going to not do that so much. I think I'm going to be looking at them. So I'm going to be looking for the qualities that feel good to me. I'm looking for fun. I'm looking for a sense of freedom. I'm looking for lightheartedness. I'm looking for some financial stability. I'm looking for someone who has good conversation. I'm looking for someone who likes to do some of the things that I like to do. I'm just looking for fun. This is going to be fun to just look easily. When it's right, I'll know it. And if it's not right, I'll know it. And meanwhile, there are no heavy stakes here. There's nothing at risk. What I'm really doing is letting the population of suitors that are making their way to me be my manifestational mirror of how I'm doing vibrationally. So essentially what I'm saying to each one as they come by is, oh, I'm taking a look at how I'm doing through the mirror that is reflected back as you. Oh, well, I'm doing pretty good. Look at you. You're quite darling. Oh, look at you. Oh, look at you. This is really fun. I'm liking what we are together. I'm liking what I am becoming as I am looking at you. It's all about feeling free. It's not about making anything happen. It's about feeling free in the thought and then letting the universe reflect back to you just how free your thought is.
Okay.
If you practice a thought and it feels better to you, yes, a manifestation will come that will give you knowledge about how free you felt. You feel freer already about it.
Yes.
It will be fun to watch. Good time for a segment of lunch.
Thank you.
We are complete.